start recording, start streaming, and all that sort of good stuff. So, session 0. So session 0 is where we discuss. You guys are 0 players. Who has experience with D&D before? So, Dipsy, Sol, obviously. Sol, whatever, fucking Stan, a little bit. So nobody else. Right. So what we'll do, let me see if I can, so what we're going to do, so open up the D&D Beyond thing. We are not sponsored by D&D Beyond. And then go into character selection. Okay? And it'll ask you to make a character. Okay? So create a character and then just click on create a character. Alright? And when you got the character creation method in front of you, you'll have standard or beginner. Okay, just click on standard and get onto the standard thing. Then you'll have a character name at the top. You'll have suggestions of characters names if you want to give yourself a little bit of thing. But at the moment, get the character's name, put your guy's name in there so we can see where you go.
So my character's name is Skinny?
So whatever you want to do, put it in there and put Skimmy in there. Alright. Okay.
Okay. Give me a sec. The website's just not working properly for me.
Hey, Rasta. You're in space. This screen is so broad.
Sorry, hello. Here you go.
Hello.
Alright. I'm just thinking. So when you're on that now, you got your character, you start in your character, okay? And then you can go into suggest more. So if on the right above suggest more, you got like a blue arrow.
Yep.
Okay? Click on that guy. And these are the races. If you're using my guys, you have a shit ton of races from top to bottom. Okay, you have the Aarakocra, the Asamia, the Agenasi, the Bugbear, and all that sort of stuff. Alright? So the 5 main characters, or the original 5 main characters in D&D was human, elf, half-elf, dwarf, gnome, like they half-elf and that, yeah, I think that was it. But then they started expanding, so then you got the gnome, you got the halfling, and you got all these other little ones. So have a click on one of them and it'll tell you what it is and how you play. So dwarfs are obviously short-statured, really wide people, miners and all that sort of stuff. Gnomes are tinkerers and things. Humans are pretty much bog basic people across the whole board. They are they have bonuses on certain stats and stuff. If you have a look in there, it should actually tell you what bonuses you are. Don't go for your first time, don't go anything crazy, because it's just going to make it difficult for you guys to be able to play. Like, don't go changeling, because if you go changeling, you're going to be dealing with the fact that it could cause you dramas. Like I used to have a mate who used to play drow elves all the time, and the problem is everybody fucking hates drow elves, so he used to roll into a village and get killed every fucking time, and he just expected something different to happen. They have got centaurs on there, and then everybody knows the centaur's the half man, half horse type of thing. Just think of you running down into a dungeon and you're trying to get a fucking horse down there. It's just not. It's just gonna make life a lot fucking difficult. Okay. Yep. And what I suggest is, as you get experience in role playing, as you get experience in certain things, then you can branch into the other parts, or the fun parts type of thing. But get the basic stuff down, and we go there. So, Dragon, what are you thinking, bud?
I don't know. I'm thinking either like a tiefling or a. You said that gnomes were the ones that are like tinkerers and.
So there's
stuff.
If you have a click on the gnomes, there's different types of gnomes. There's a deep gnome, there's a rock gnome, there's a forest gnome. There's 3. There's a rock gnome, forest gnome, and deep gnome. Deep gnomes are there's certain things in D&D. So you have just the normal land, You have the dwarves. We are looking inside the campaign on D&D, right? From the link Discord. Yeah, so you just click in that, and that'll allow you to come into the campaign, and that will allow you to create a character. So you've got different like land masses in D&D. So you got the normal land where everybody's on top. You have the dwarves in the mountains and thing. But then below that, you have a thing called the Underdark. And if you've watched the D&D movie recently, they kind of branch into the Underdark. Or if you've played Baldur's Gate, you've branched into the Underdark, where it's dark and dank, and there's all these random fucking monsters. So the Deep Gnome is the guy. The Deep Gnome was the guy on that on the windmill that you flew off. Okay,
Yes.
he's the one who died. So they've all got their bonus. Like the forest gnomes can speak to animals. The rock gnomes can do certain other things and all that sort of stuff. The tieflings, on the other hand, the tieflings are who's the barbarian? The one with the engine heart. The barbarian.
Karlach.
Karlach. She's a tiefling. She's a tiefling. So it's where a person has sex with a demon or a fiend, and that's where you get tieflings from. So they have different aspects. So they have the horns, they have the different color skin, they have the tails and all that sort of stuff that you want to do. Okay? So, Dipsy, what are we thinking, bud?
I'm gonna go with a deep gnome.
A deep gnome. Right. Okay. They're generally evil characters, but in our world, it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go with the flow, okay?
Yeah.
You don't have to think. Right, Skimmy, what are we thinking?
Oh. I'm just gonna. Can I just be an elf?
You want to go an elf?
Yeah.
So, you've got different types of elf, right? Let me go on the elf, wherever the bloody elves are. I think it's all the way up the top. A B C D E, Elven elf. Perfect. So you got different types of elves. Okay. You have a dark elf, which is the drow elves, which in the olden games, people fucking hated. They have an aversion to daylight and all that sort of stuff. You have the wood elf, which is a person in the forest. So think of a survival expert. Goes in the forest, just chills out, has the age of like 2,500 years or whatever the fuck it is. Or you have the high elf, and the high elves are the people that are born into royalty and all that sort of crap. Okay, so there's a couple of elves there. So you pick, you decide what elves you want, and we go with that one. Stormy, what are you thinking, buddy?
I was going to go with the Goliath until you mentioned about getting like a horse down a dungeon, I suppose. The Goliath's probably not going to fit at all, is it? So I might switch it up.
I'd make things for a Goliath, because the Goliath is about 8 foot.
He is.
Can be about 8 foot in height, but a horse is about 8 foot in length. So there's certain things that I think it'll be fucking difficult for you.
Yeah.
So Goliath
that's
are
fair.
pretty cool. Depends on you have to realize Goliath are kind of niched into a certain type of class as well.
Yep.
All right.
So
cool.
if you don't think it's practical,
No,
I can switch.
you do you, man. You do you. Okay,
Yeah.
you do what you want. I'm okay with Goliath. I'm okay
Sticking
with
with it.
Goliath. Perfect. That's fucking cool. Cool as. Right. So Stan, what are we thinking, bud?
I'm tossing up between two of them. I'm tossing up between either a wood elf or a warforged.
Warforged are difficult things in themselves. If you've got experience, and I'm cool with Warforged, but they're a difficult character to play with because they have like stipulations on them and stuff like that. But you do you, man. Like if you want to do a Warforged or you want to do a Wood Elf.
I might stick with wood elf in that case then.
Okay, cool. Rasta, what are we doing, bud?
I think I'm gonna go half elf.
Half Elf.
Yeah.
Have you read any of the Dragonlance books?
I haven't. To be honest, my biggest exposure to it was Baldur's Gate, and I was a halfling half elf warlock in that. So
Right.
I think I'm probably going to run along those same lines for this
Okay.
campaign.
Just as a point out, like just as another thing, like a warlock is a class that has like a patronage. So it has like a higher power that gives you the power. Where And usually there's a few. So you either have like an old one, which is called like Cthulhu type of thing, or you have
Okay.
a demon give you that
Yeah.
stuff, or then you have like a high fairy will give you that stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very, very cool. All right,
I'm gonna
so
go with a high elf. If Stan's gonna be a wood elf, I'm gonna be a high elf.
right. So we're gonna have animosity straight away in the party, are we?
I'm royal, Stan. Get out my way.
Basically, that is exactly exactly how you want to do this. All right, Sol, what are we doing?
I think I'm going to go very different to what I normally do, and I'm going to go for a halfling.
A halfling. So a halfling is how they brought halflings along was a hobbit. So halfling used to be a hobbit. So it used to be like short, but with like furry feet and stuff like that. Kind of, but it's evolved to like just a short person. It's like 3.5 foot, if that, maybe 3 foot at a push. Right, cool. So click your characters, what you want, what characters you want, and all that sort of stuff. There are more there, so if you kind of want to peruse it a little bit longer, it's fine. But click
What's
your
a
guy.
cantrip?
Don't worry about cantrips yet. All right, pick your character. Okay. I'm gonna go. And it says choose race, and then it will then tell you, read out what your characters have. Okay. So, Dragon, you went. I can't bloody remember already.
Tiefling. I think.
Tiefling. So it gives you the write up of the tiefling on there of what they are, and then it gives you details page, so racial traits and stuff like that. So if you click on your race and then have a look at your racial traits. So deep gnome that I've got now is gnomes can in superior dark vision, stone camouflage. So he can hide in stone and all that. That's the deep gnome. If you're happy with that, click next, and it goes to your class. So this is the class that you're going to be playing throughout the game. After level 5, usually after level 5, I'll let you multi-class, and then you can have 2 classes, where you put 1 level in one time, and then a level in the other, and you climb like that. But you have Artificer, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. Okay, they're your classes. So, I'm going to go from the bottom this time. Ruster, what do you fancy?
You're muted.
So I'm still looking at mine. Can you come back to me? Sorry.
All right, cool. Dipsy, what are we looking at?
I'm gonna go a rogue.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, Rogue, Thief, gets backstabbing and all that sort of stuff. After 3 levels in Rogue, you can choose a specialization for that character, which is very fucking cool. So you can go like Arcane Trickster, you can go Assassin, and all these other fucking cool, really fucking cool things. Rogue, perfect. Dragon, what are you doing?
Warlock.
Warlock, nice. So click on your Warlock, and it'll get. I think it'll offer you a patronage of who you want to go with. Skimmy, what are you going for?
Is there like a specific race that goes well with the high elf, like a snobby high elf?
So it's how you. So if you want to use the race as how you would make your character, it's fine. So a high elf will be like a snobby high elf type of thing. Usually. Do you want me to go through all the? Do you want me to go through all the classes? Explain them to you what the.
Yeah, do that.
All right. So an artificer is a person that builds stuff. So they tinker and all that sort of stuff. It's a relatively new class that I don't particularly know much about. A barbarian is a person that just, as they go to fight, they go into a thing called rage. They get bonuses and they're a fucking nightmare. They're so strong. Massive fucking damage. A bard is a person that sings and gives you bardic inspiration, and they're basically an all-rounder. They can do magic, they can fight, they can do thievery and all that sort of stuff. So it's a completely all-rounder class. But very, very cool. A cleric is a very good one. I love a cleric. I think clerics are fantastic. So a cleric is a person that has a god and fights for a god. The only downside of that is if you kind of go away from that the way your god acts and feels, you may just lose all your power and you just become just a normal person without any spells and stuff. They're the guys that heal you. So the cleric is the person that heals people and brings people back to life and stuff. But there are different specializations of these classes that you will be able to pick later. So if you don't want to be the person to heal, you could be like a trickster god or like a war person who just fucking kills everything. Very, very cool. A druid is a person like a cleric, has spells, but they forestry. But don't think hippie, because the old stuff was you were a hippie, you have to be really nice to animals and stuff. But then they brought out the fact that in nature's a bitch and a fucking asshole. If you want to be the guy that just doesn't give a fuck and you just want to kill everything, you fucking go for it. You just be you. So druid will be the ones that can change into animals and all that sort of fucking really cool stuff. You can either go the animal way or you can go the magic way. But they're very good. They're very versatile players. A fighter is just as you are. You got a sword, you got a shield, you got an axe, and you just go at people. You are a tank in this thing. You're not as much tanky as a barbarian, but you are allowed, as a fighter, you're allowed full plate armor. You're allowed to deck yourself out in just basic steel. Monk, as it says, you can fight with your hands. There are ways where you will have weapons and all that sort of stuff, but usually a monk fights with their hands, and they have a thing called chi, where you can have this chi that you can do extra attacks on the end of it. So you can do your normal one attack, and you can do flurry of blows, which will be like, I think, another 2 attacks. So in theory, almost straight away, you can do 3 attacks per round. And they do some really fucking cool stuff. Like they can fall out buildings and not get hit. They can run really fast. They're fucking cool. I can't play them. A paladin is like a cleric, but mixed with a fighter as well. So you can have smites and stuff. They are your... Fuck me, how do I explain it? They used to be the lawful... The people there, like the people that lay down all the laws. They're the ones who rightfully went after the gods. They're the smiters and shit like that. But they've kind of changed it now, so you don't have to be lawful good or lawful evil. You can just be as you are. But a top-end paladin is a fucking strong character. If you hit a critical with a smite, it's something like 8 or 9 d6s or something like that. It's fucking phenomenal. They really pack a punch later on. A ranger, same as a druid, goes out in certain situations. Goes out into like the forestries and stuff like that. But there's also urban rangers now that they brought in. So you can have swarm keeper rangers, they're called, and you have a swarm, and like a swarm of rats or a swarm of bees or something like that, and later on they pick you up and you can just fly with the bloody things and all that stuff. It's fucking cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Rogue, as we know, sorcerer. So there's 2 types of main magic users in D&D. You have the sorcerer, which is innate magical ability. So it's in your body. You don't have to read books or anything like that. It's just fucking in you, and you can do a certain amount of spells per day, and it's very, very cool depending on where specialization you go. A wizard is a person that has to sit down, read books, get a scroll, put it into the book. Once it's in the book, then he can use it. But every morning he has to read that book to get his spells at the night, and it costs you money to put spells into this book. But the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard is they get a lot more spells than a sorcerer per day. Where a sorcerer may only have 5, a wizard may have 6, 7 or 8 and get a lot more. Warlock is a person that's given patronage by some deity or some Cthulhu person or some fae or fiend or whatever. It just gives him, I give him power, and then he can use his power. But once again, if you piss the person off, he'll take his power away from you. Okay? So, pick your classes, click on your classes, press next.
we have so far? A rogue and a bard? A rogue and a barbarian?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
I'm gonna be a sorcerer.
I'm a warlock.
I'm gonna
Warlock?
go Warlock. Yeah,
We got 2 warlocks?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes,
Very good.
nice.
Cool.
So what it'll give you guys, it'll give you your class, ranger thing. Right by the side of it, it'll give you your level. So we're gonna be level 1 because we're starting out. It'll give you your hit points. It'll give you proficiencies. It'll give you something else and then something else. So if it's got like an exclamation mark on it, click on that, run through it, and see what it says.
So I get to choose 2 skills from Arcana, Deception, History, Intimidation, Investigation, Nature, and Religion. What do
Yeah.
those mean?
All right, so I will go. So let me get a character sheet. Right. Oh no. Let me get a character sheet. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So your character sheets. Okay. So you have certain skills, and your proficiency and your class will go into the skills of what you have. So you will have bonuses, and everyone has chosen pop the deets in here. So like a rogue will have deception, or a rogue will have sleight of hand because they're the ones who are stealing, they're the ones who lie into you and all that sort of stuff. A paladin may have bonuses in intimidation, or a barbarian may have something in intimidation. So a normal character sheet will look like that from top to bottom. Okay. So I'm just going to run through the skills. Acrobatics. Okay. Acrobatics is the ability for you to do springing from fucking one place to the next. If it's a dexterous roll, as in I want to do a flip from you, I want to run out the wall, I want to jump off you, and I want to jump through the window, I'll go, give me an acrobatics roll, and then you will roll me a d20, and you'll have an acrobatics roll. If you do shit, great. If you do shit, I'm just gonna laugh at you and just say something happened. If you're gonna do fucking great, I'll say something fucking fantastic happens. Animal handling. It's how you interact with animals. If you want to fucking calm a horse down, you'll do an animal handling thing. If you want to try and tame a rabbit, it's an animal handling thing. If you want to do anything with animals, this is not including monsters, guys, because it's fucking, I'd love for you to try and tame a monster, but it's fucking animals. Arcana. Arcana is the ability to understand magic. Okay, so if you look at a spell on a wall, I will ask for an Arcana roll. You will give me an Arcana roll. If you, once again, roll low, I say you don't understand it, it blows you up. Type of thing. Athletics is how fast you can run. If you are doing a pull-up, are you trying to pull yourself over from off a ledge type of thing? It'll be an athletics roll to try and lift your body weight up from something. If you want to try and catch somebody, it'll be an athletics roll because you are trying to physically grab someone type of thing. Okay? Deception. It's me lying to you. Okay, it's me trying to lie to you. If we've got a rogue and they said I didn't steal that thing, I never stole it, even though it's on his chest. If he rolls a natural 20 to say, he's just lying to you. You agree with him. He is like, yeah, fuck yeah, you haven't stolen my arm, even though he's holding the fucking arm in his hand. History. It's the ability for you to think back and garner things from history, whether it's in a library, whether it's you just trying to flick it out of your head. It's whether you trying to look at a rock or look at some writing. You go, oh, I'll do a history check. Oh, that's this language from this time and age type of thing. Insight. Insight is the ability to check. Insight is the ability to check if somebody's lying to you. So if Dipsy's lying to you, and then he rolls like a 15 on his deception, and then you roll a 16 on your insight, he's fucking lying to you. You can
never
beat it or something like that.
Don't believe it.
Intimidation. Intimidation is what it is, man. It's like you say a speech, somebody's not listening, you intimidate them, they fucking shit themselves. Medicine. So what happens is medicine, okay, it's a pretty much Has Sev's walked anyone off a cliff yet? No, not yet, buddy. Medicine is... So what happens is, when you fall down dead, okay, there's only certain people, there's only certain classes that will be able to pick you back up straight away. Cleric, paladin, anybody you lay on hands and everything. Medicine is a stat that will allow you to try and save them from dying. Okay?
Wait, so just on that one,
Yep.
we need a medicine skill to be able to help revive someone?
It's usually to revive someone, it's usually a 15 medicine check.
Okay, yeah.
If you have something in medicine, just makes it a lot fucking easier to save that person, basically. Right? Nature is like you seeing if anything is wrong in nature. Like, oh, this tree looks pretty out of place. What is it? I'm gonna roll my nature. Oh, it's actually not a tree. It's a mimic, or it's an animal, or something like that. Nature is just general natural things. You can do a roll for that. Perception is how well you see. It's how well you look at stuff. How well you find stuff. Okay, so you'll have perception and investigation. So if you're in a room and you're looking around and you can't, you roll a big roll, you find a chest in the corner, type of thing. Performance, probably for a bard. Performance is if you want to sing, if you want to dance, if you want to play guitar, whatever the fuck you want to do. Persuasion. So Pancake does this quite a lot, as he's in the chat. Persuasion is you persuading somebody. Who's shouting?
Oh, sorry.
Am I
I was
shouting?
replying to Soul.
Oh, okay. Am I shouting? Sorry.
No.
All right. I was thinking I'm shouting. Persuasion is if you want somebody to come with you. So Pancake does this a lot. He tries to convince people to come with him so they die. And so you got a party of people, you convince like a guard or somebody, come with me, I'm gonna save you, and then he kind of takes you up and the fucking guy dies. It's just how easy you persuade somebody. If you got a high persuasion, it's easier. Religion is just you understanding different aspects of gods, different aspects of religious things, and that kind of broadens into like warlock deities and all that sort of stuff. Sleight of hand is how good you steal. Okay, it's all it is. It's just how good you steal. If you got a rogue, higher sleight of hand you go, fucking easier you are stealing things. That's including off the party as well.
Huh.
Okay, so if he's got high sleight of hand, you will have to have a high persuasion just to check if he's fucking stealing off you, which is my favorite thing in games. Stealth is how well you can hide on the move. How well you can hide on the move, how well you can hide in a fight. Okay? And survival, as it is, you're out in the wilderness, how easy it is for me to survive. That's what it is. Okay? They're your skill points. Alright? So, check out what you want. Whatever class features you have in front of you, click on them and do your business. Skimmy, if you got the ability, your sorcerer, I think, would have what aspects where he gets his powers from.
Sorcerer's Origin.
Sorcerer's Origin. Click on that. And what's it say?
Aberrant Mind.
Yep.
Clockwork Soul, Draconic Bloodline, Sot, DQ, Lunar Sorcery, Wild Magic.
Right. So the only ones I know of is the Aberrant Mind is a power to give you, and you get your magic from there. The Draconian Bloodline is somebody had sex with a dragon. Dragons got an innate magic in them, and then you get innate magic from them. Wild Magic is fucking cool because you have a whole table that if you do certain on it, a certain something, and you roll a certain dice, you will get to roll on the Wild Magic table, and you can just blow everybody up in a fireball.
Sounds good to me.
So it's very, very cool.
Sounds exactly like a rich person to not care about others.
Yes. It's very,
Classic
very
Korean.
Cool. Yeah, it is. It is a very, very cool thing.
That is cool.
Okay, so everybody who's got picked the classes, go through all those explanations and talk to us and see where you go in with this.
All right, Sebs. I've gone with the Goliath barbarian, but I've chosen perception and animal handling. So I can't imagine an 8-foot giant's going to be riding a horse, but I feel like being so tall, I can help the smaller people, the halflings, for example.
Okay,
with their horse,
that's
right?
fucking cool. I like that. I had an idea for barbarian. I had an idea for a pacifist barbarian. That would high charisma, and he was just trying to talk to people that were fighting until he got hit, and then he go fucking apeshit and kill people. Right, Dragon, what you got, buddy?
I'm still just looking at the different patrons that you can pick from.
Okay.
Trying to figure out which one.
Dipsy, what you got, buddy? High
Just
stealth.
rogue and then stealth, deception, perception, investigation, stealth, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Yeah.
Pretty, yeah.
Yeah. High stealth. High stealth. High sleight of hand.
Yeah.
They're my go-tos, without it. I had a cleric. I had a trickster cleric that would steal like all the time. Right.
Yeah.
Sol, what you got? What?
I don't know.
Ah. I've left you for a bit. What you got? Come on, tell us.
I know, right? So I'm just looking at what we've got. So 2 warlocks, a rogue,
Don't
a
worry,
sorcerer, and a barbarian.
don't worry about what we got. Just you go whatever you want to go.
It's so interesting.
Good interesting or bad interesting?
No, it's bad interesting.
Interesting.
How many is that? Is that just Stan and I
What?
that need to choose?
No. Well, I think Rusta's choosing a warlock as well.
Yep.
Think
What was
of
Stan?
Elf.
So
Half elf.
Wood elf?
Wood elf.
yeah,
no,
so
you put it in there, didn't you, Ranger?
Ranger. Yeah, I'm thinking of going Ranger, but I feel like later on I'm probably going to end up trying the multi-class as well.
Nice. That's very cool. Right.
Me.
So just as multi-classing, just let me, as we talk about multi-classing isn't that hard when you haven't got a patron. But once you got patrons and all that sort of stuff, gods and all that sort of stuff, it gets fucking difficult because I got a mate with another game, who's a cleric of like a lawful good deity, and he wants to go to rogue. And like it just doesn't work. So you just have to think of where your character's going and keep it fucking streamlined. I like to do otherwise it'll fuck you over. All right, cool. Sol, go. Think.
I
Just go.
think I'm not mute, am I? I think that I am going to pull up the rear with a fancy cleric.
Nice. Cool. So we have 2 warlocks. We have a rogue, we have a sorcerer, we have a barbarian, and we have a cleric. At least you're going to survive a little bit, at least.
This much.
Cool. So click your guys, and then once you're chosen all that sort of stuff, go to next. Okay? This is your ability scores. So goes to choose generation method. Okay? And go point by. Alright?
No.
What?
Point by.
Yeah,
All right.
point by.
Sol, I feel the same.
Yeah. Look, there was ways like you could roll it. If you want to do the roll up yourself, I'll be happy for you to roll your stats. But I'm gonna give you 2 chances. After those 2 chances, you have to pick either. You have to either pick.
What would you
or.
like us to do, DM?
It's up to you guys. If you say no, and you choose between you, if you want to roll your stats, I'm saying you're only getting 2 chances of rolling these stats. If one fucking is shit and you get shit one on the next one, sorry man, you're staying with the shit. You're staying with that. What would you rather do? Point
Does
by
everybody
or roll
understand
your
what that
stats?
means?
I will explain it. I'll
No.
explain it. But what are we doing? So a point by is you have a certain amount of points, and you'll pick your stats from that. But it doesn't allow you really to go up that high. But with a stat roll, what you do, you roll 4d6. You take the highest 3, and that's one of your stats. Now stats are strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Strength, pretty bog standard. If you're a fighter, you're going to hit things. Strength is your main thing. If you're a finesse person, like a rogue, dexterity is your thing. Constitution is how much damage you can take, how strong you are in body. Okay? Yeah, I beat death. How strong you are in body. All right. So the higher Constitution you have, the more hit points you have, the more damage you can take. All right. Intelligence is how smart you are. Problem is, certain classes don't, like Skimmy will think her class will use intelligence. It doesn't. It actually uses charisma. All right. And that's how she gets her stat. So, but what I'll do is I'll go through each one and tell you where, like, what I would put them in, and then you can choose. Wisdom is a cleric thing. It's how wise you are, and that's their stat. Charisma is how good looking you are, how charming you are, and all that sort of stuff. So what do you want to do? Do you want to roll it? If you want to roll your dice, or you want to do a point by, which ones?
I'm happy to do point by for mine.
Point by?
Yeah.
Sol?
Yeah.
Me too.
I would
Point
much
by?
prefer to roll, but I will go with whatever the massive group decides.
Okay.
Same here.
If you all have to do the same, yeah, I'm happy either way. I don't mind.
We all going point by, guy?
Sorry, I don't know. I wasn't really. I don't
Paying
get
attention.
what bias, but that's okay.
So point by really quickly. Point by is you've got a total number of points, and you've got to divide that number into each of your 6 stats.
Yeah.
Whereas rolling for it,
Yes.
yeah, you can choose. But say for instance, you've got like 27 points, right? If you put 15, it's not 27 because that's not possible. But if you put 15 in one stat, you can't have 15 in another. Whereas if you roll for your stats, you have the luck chance to roll multiple 15s, or to roll an 18, a 12, like a 15, and like, because you've got options, because you roll 4d6 dice and you take the highest 3 numbers and you just get
But
rid of the
remember-
lowest number,
But you
and then
remember-
whatever that adds up to becomes a point stat that you can put into a stat.
Whereas
Okay.
if you point by, then
You can't have more. You can't have the same. You can't have 2 different stats with the same number because there's not enough points to do that.
Huh.
But remember, if you can roll triple threes, triple
Pardon?
ones.
Oh yeah, you could
Remember,
end
can
up
roll
rolling
triple
shit.
ones.
Like you could roll 6 stats and they might all be 10s, or they might
Yeah.
be 9, 7, 10, maybe a 12,
Yeah.
and then you could roll again and you could get all 8s.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, or 4. Like that's the luck chance
Yeah.
that you get.
Leaving it up to the dice.
Leaving
It's
it up to the
up
dice.
to you.
That's the one. But you get to choose. So
yeah.
you roll 12 sets of dice and you choose one full set. Like you don't get to go, oh, I got 3 good sets over here and I got 2 good sets over here, I'm going to mix and match. No. You roll 6 sets and you either take those ones, or you roll the next 6 sets, or you take those ones. You can't mix and match between the sets that you've rolled.
It's
What's a high rot number and what's a highest you can
15
roll?
is the highest that you can get.
on a point
So
by.
if you get 3
it-
6s.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sebs,
on
you
a
go.
point by, it'll be something like 15ish. On a
Yep.
roll stat, it'll be 18 plus some other things. As you max out to 20.
Mm.
Like non-magically, you max out to 20. So all right, here we go then. All right, here we go. So don't go point by. Go manually rolled. Okay. So
Just
press.
try and bite that.
Just
I don't have a good history with dice rolls.
It's
It's gonna be
a-
fun.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I promise.
So-
Do we click on manual rolled? Is that what we click?
So
Yep.
go under the ability score, go manual rolled. Okay? And now you have 6 green roll things in front of you down the bottom, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So everyone roll the first one and tell me your numbers.
Just the first roll?
Just roll me the first one. Just press the roll button.
15.
15. Nice.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
13.
I got
13.
9.
9.
It's okay.
I
So,
mean,
guys-
you're high
Got
elf.
like
Yeah?
12 more. You've got 11 more chances. It's fine.
So go across now and roll all 6.
Yep.
Dunk. Oh, that was an 11.
I can hear somebody's rolling. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I got
14.
16.
Nice. 11.
That's nice.
I'm
Yeah,
fucking-
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm
Yeah.
very mixed.
Okay, wait. I got 9, 13, 8, 16, 13, 7. Some of them are pretty shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but that's pretty good though. But so now you should. There should be. Where's the button, Sev? There's a
Add
button that
group?
says add an extra roll
Yeah,
or something.
so dice roll, right under your dice roll group, it says add group.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
And that should give you another thing. So let me just point out before you roll this stuff, this is the only chance you have. So if you shit with this one, you are gonna deal with the bottom ones. If you're shit with the bottom ones, you're gonna deal with the top ones. Alright?
But you still get to, if you have a shit second, the bottom row is really bad. You can still go back and choose the first.
Yes.
Okay.
The top row. You get the top row. Yeah.
Alright, do it again, roll them all.
I'm scared. I'm gonna roll them in a different order.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely sick on my first rolls.
Yeah?
It's been that way for me too at the moment.
Alright, oh god,
Yeah,
that's
Definitely
really,
go with the
here.
second one.
that's really bad.
Going with the first roll.
Okay,
I'm going with my second set.
so here we go.
One of those was
Recluse.
I'm
You're-
going with my second set.
As a
what stats are like important for a warlock?
charisma,
I'll tell you one sec.
charisma is your main stat, is how you get your how you get your spells.
Yeah.
I think intelligence. But like it depends on what type
Oh, we have
of
W for Warlock.
I got 18. I just needed to say that.
Alright.
fuck.
I got one of my sets of rolls. I got 18 for charisma,
Nice.
but only 6 in constitution.
Oh, so Warlock charisma is your
Yeah, your main
highest.
stat.
That's what you want your highest stat to be,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Warlocks go by
the
their
thing is,
charisma for their
my
spellcasting.
other set, everything is at least 12.
You can swap
Oh, no,
them
at
around.
least
So,
11.
so you can put so if you go over the number, you can pick it up and you can chuck in.
Okay.
You can choose where to put that thing. You don't have to
You
turn
want-
around and go that goes straight to charisma.
Ah, okay.
You can have your 6 numbers and you can pick and choose where you want to go, how you want to.
Just from
Right,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
row, though.
Yeah, just
Do you want me to
one.
read the thing for the Warlock?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So for the Warlock, the first stat that you should choose is always charisma, and followed by Constitution, and then secondly,
Yep.
you can choose the charlatan background if you want to. So that your for Warlocks, the 2 best stats that you would need is charisma and Constitution, because Constitution helps you set your armor class
Yeah.
and also your health
Yeah.
points.
Okay, so
No.
for my second set
No.
of rolls, my second group,
Yeah.
I've got 13, 16, 6 in the top row. I can swap my 16 and my 6. Like, I can use the 16 as Constitution.
So
Or
you on
would
just,
it be the 6?
So
the
do
third
yourself
one
a
I
favor. So the shitty stat roll that you have,
Delete it.
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Well, so one of them,
You
one,
can only
one of
choose.
the groups has like average pretty good.
Yeah.
The other one has an 18 and a 16 in it, but then also a 6 and a 10.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
but
you
that's
can-
okay.
you
So you've
can
got to
only
choose
just-
either the top row or
Yeah.
the bottom row. You can't mix and match between the 2 rows.
So either the top row or the bottom row. That's your options. So pick one, get rid of the other. So he's not fucking you about.
So you can either go for the top row, which is mostly average all the way through to give yourself some average stats, or you could go fancy and go the bottom row and be like excellence, 18 charisma,
Average, yeah.
16 constitution, and then
don't-
just
I don't know
fit
whether
the
that's
rest
in-
in. You'd
Yeah,
probably
it's
want
multiple people.
strength
I
as a
would-
warlock
I
to
would
be your
personally
lowest
go.
stat.
I would personally go the top row, to be honest. Oh, 13, 15, 8, 10,
It's an 18, 16.
18.
So, can you tell me what I should have?
You are charisma.
Charisma?
Yeah.
Yep.
Charisma. And,
Charisma and then constitution.
yeah. Dipsy, you are dexterity
Yep.
and
Charisma.
charisma. Like Stormy,
Oh, hang on.
strength, hardcore. Strength and con.
Yes.
Are you a sorcerer?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a sorcerer.
Sorry.
Charisma.
Sorry, honey, one sec.
Charisma. Charisma and con.
But then after that, what about the other 4 don't matter?
Charisma and constitution as well.
Yeah.
After
so,
that, whichever you want. I'd put strength as your lowest stat because you don't really use it as a spellcaster who's not up close.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be a spellcaster who's up close, or unless you want to do something with strength.
fuck, I wouldn't.
I
Right.
wouldn't, but yeah,
Stan.
Do I
up to you.
do I press apply when I'm done?
Yeah, just put it into the strength. So whatever you are, just put it into.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
Does
apply.
anybody else want any help?
I think you're gonna apply
What
ability
would you
skills.
say what would you say the third most important ability for a warlock is?
Or a warlock?
So your
Probably-
your first one is
charisma.
charisma. Your first one is charisma.
Yeah.
Your second one is going to be con. And then, like, warlocks are kind of a weird one because they can get into a fight if they really want to, but they tend to be like far back. But like,
It
you
depends.
can have
It
dexterity
depends on
gives you
what
more
kind of
armor class.
weapons you're going to want to use, what your packed weapon and stuff is, if you go that way as well. Because obviously, if you're going to be using finesse weapons, then you'll want dexterity for finesse weapons. But if you want to use like a long sword or something like that, or something like Ford used, he probably used strength, I think, for his.
Yeah, okay, right.
It depends on
Okay.
who your patron is and what how you're going to play that character. Yeah.
Okay. Have we all applied all our stats? Have we played all our stats?
No.
I'm very happy with mine.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you get?
I
What do you
haven't
get,
applied
Stan?
mine yet. I've got my rolls, but I just haven't put it in.
Stan, tell us your stats, mate.
Hearing everyone else's scores, I'm happy with mine.
Same. I'm happy.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Awesome. Is everybody happy with this shit?
I
Yes.
believe so.
Yeah.
Gimme?
Yep.
You're looking confused. Is that just your
No,
face?
I was just reading.
Okay, cool. Dragon?
Just clarifying, Ranger, the top two are dexterity and wisdom, correct?
Let me go back to Ranger. Hang on.
Yes, I think it is because you'll be casting under your wisdom, and you and you'll be
And
dexterity.
then using finesse weapons. Yeah.
So
I
it'll be
wish that I
dexterity.
remembered that.
Dexterity.
That was
It'll be
still druid.
dexterity, wisdom, and con. They'll be like your main. Your
Oh
main
yeah,
three.
everything after the first two is the same stat, so
Yeah.
the same number.
Hey,
Fucking hell. Right.
amazing.
And then click.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
And then click to the next one, and you have your background then. So it's your background. So if you click on the background, it's to give you a little bit more stuff in the background. If you want to be a charlatan, if you want to be a fucking a dodgy person, or if you want to be a spy, if you want to be an entertainer, it gives you more abilities. So it gives you like you can get more proficiency into skills and all that sort of stuff. So pick one of them. That kind of goes with your character. You don't have to tell people what it is, but just pick one.
Okay.
Is this in the description part? Like for mine, it says to pick an extra language or something. Does it matter what language I pick?
It's whatever you want, whatever language. Like you don't know. So your main language is like Elven. Your abyssal, where you can speak to demons and all that sort of stuff. So you can just pick one. Just pick any language. Doesn't really make much of a difference. And it says as well, if you go suggestions, it's got name suggestions. So if you can't think of a character's suggestion, what it does, it'll give you names from your type of race. So,
Oh wait, did you want us to make a character name? I thought we were.
no, you can call yourself one if you want to put in a bit of flavor on, you can make up your own character. Easy. So you have character details, you have physical characteristics. So go into character details, it'll go alignment. So your alignment is how you act. So the best way I can think of it, so if you're chaotic neutral is human. Is how I class as human. It can go both ways. I can walk down the street and maybe stab some fucker. That's chaotic. That's the chaotic part of neutrality. If you're lawful good, that means you are like a goody-goody copper type of thing. If you're chaotic evil, which is on the other side, you are the Joker. If you're lawful evil, you're Lex Luthor. If you're lawful evil, you're Lex Luthor. You kind of work out. You are only out for yourself. Chaotic evil, you're fucking Joker. The only issue is chaotic evil characters don't fucking last long because they're fucking mental and they're just fucking. Okay, so you can alignment. You can choose your lifestyle. You can if you're on your character details, Skimmy. On your character detail, you can go to lifestyle. You pick aristocrat, and you can go 10 gold pieces minimum starting off. Okay.
It's GP.
GP is gold pieces.
Gold pieces.
Okay. Everybody else, basically warlocks. Everybody else except for Stormy, you can go comfortable with 2 gold pieces. Stormy, you're a Goliath. You're out in the fucking nowhere. You are poor. You get 2 silver pieces.
Sweet. Poor it is.
Does the background we choose affect that? Because I chose something that may affect the amount of gold I have.
Yeah. I'm just saying what type of lifestyle you have. That's all.
Okay.
And then you have physical characteristics. So you can have hair what color hair you want, what eyes you want, what height, weight, fat, gender, whatever you want. Personal characteristics, you can personality traits, ideals, what you think of yourself and how you think of other people. Bonds. If you click on bonds, you can write something in there to give your character a bit of a fleshed out backstory as such. And then you can write your backstory however you want to fucking see fit. And once you're all done with that, press next. And then you got equipment. So you can either A, start with just the gold, or B, start with a bag with stuff in it. I suggest starting with equipment. Am I running too fast? Am I going too fast?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
still on the background side. Hold on.
It's okay. It's okay. If you
Yeah,
click,
I'm choosing my characteristics, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
eh.
so if you go on equipment, it will tell you what you can have off the bat, what you walk into the game with. So Ranger will have either leather armor or scale mail, 2 short swords or 2 simple weapons, a Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack, plus a longbow and a quiver of 20 arrows. So you can kind of go through that. Right, I'm gonna have this, I can't have this. I'm gonna have this, and I can't have this. Blah blah blah. Boom, boom, boom.
So what did you say for lifestyle for?
So you're a warlock, so you're gonna have you're gonna be change details, lifestyle. You're gonna be comfortable with 2 gold pieces.
Yeah. Should I put anything for faith?
It's up to you, man. Your patronage is your faith. So I wouldn't.
Is there a particular skill proficiency I should be choosing for my person?
Look, what's the proficiency? What skills is this allowing you to pick?
Like acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, medicine, nature, performance, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival.
Wow. Okay. So you have to think of your sorcerer, how you are. You're a highborn sorcerer. This is how you're going to play your character. You're a highborn sorcerer. What do you think a highborn sorcerer would have? It'd be perception. It'd be investigation, possibly, because then you are investigating. It'd be insight, where you're trying to see if anybody else is lying to you, so you can kind of get your own way. It's like a manipulation. Act like a woman. Just manipulate people.
What's a cool proficiency? It says die set, dragon chess set, playing card set, 3 dragon anti set.
So it's what you play. So when you go to a tavern, they'll be like, "Oh, we play dragon chess," and you can roll in there, and you'll be
What are
proficient
you
in
doing
it,
in your spare time?
and then you can win.
That's
you can
cool.
what do
possibly
you
win
do
money.
for funsies?
Yeah, fancy shit. Fancy shit. Huh?
How do you make money when you're hustling on the side? I don't know.
That's cool.
I'm in the equipment now. I don't. I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. What's a Yklwa? YKLWA.
What? What are you? You're a ranger, aren't you?
Yeah, I press simple weapons, and it's giving me the option to use whether Yklwa is.
Oh, so a. Oh, fuck me. I think it's a hooked weapon.
Does it start with a U?
With a Y. YKLWA. I just have no idea what it is.
Oh yeah. Yokla. What's a Yokla? Excuse me.
Does it almost look like a glaive?
Oh, I could just Google it, that's right.
Simple weapons. Is that simple weapons?
It's apparently it's kind of broken. First sentence I read is it's kind of broken.
Oh, it's a fucking show. There must be
Apparently,
something.
it's either really good or most of the time banned for life from D&D campaigns. I won't use it.
Really?
Let me have a look. What is it?
Consists of a 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade, up to 18 inches long.
The only other simple weapons with damage output that are equal to this short spear are too large and... let me open up the thing.
There's a section called suggested characteristics with like personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws. Do I just choose a random one in there?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you think that your character might identify with. How do you want
just
to
choose
play
one.
them? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only a 1d8 piece in weapon, so fuck knows how-
Yeah, I'm not going to use it. I'm just wondering what it is.
It's a short spear. It's a
Okay.
it's a 3-foot spear with a massive 18-inch tip on the
Oh,
end.
it's my height.
Yeah, so it's like
It's a halfling killer.
yeah. So it's short, but with a big blade on the top.
Blade
It's a
on the
piece.
end.
Okay.
It says you can throw it, but it's actually really bad to throw it. That's why it's only got like a 10 to 30 foot range on the bloody thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with two daggers.
2 daggers?
Yeah. No?
I would go possibly a sword and a dagger. Like a dagger does 1d4 damage, where a short sword will do like 1d8.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You can always get another dagger, that's fine. And you can it just
No, because I either get 2 short swords or 2 simple melee weapons.
yeah. But you can go yes, I see what it's doing now.
And
Look,
then
it's
I also
like
get a longbow, which I think I'm going to specialize in archery anyway.
short sword is only about this big anyway, so it's like basically a long dagger.
So it's like an extended dagger.
Yeah. Just a lot thicker, that's all. Alright.
What's an elf's faith?
Pardon?
What's an elf's faith?
Faith, what an elf's faith is, we will talk about a faith. Don't leave the faith part empty at the moment, and I'll talk about gods and stuff like that.
Wait, are we
Later.
supposed to put all the physical characteristics? Are we at this part?
You can do if you want. If you want to put that in later on, that's fine. Put it in later on.
Yeah, I might do that later on.
Don't bog yourself down. Just go with the equipment and choose your equipment.
I pressed add starting equipment.
Okay.
Is that correct? Yep.
Yep. As you go,
Oh, what are they?
and then once you're all done, if you press next, it'll say view character sheet.
Wait, you say choose equipment, so don't choose gold.
I wouldn't, because that means you have to go and buy stuff straight away. I would choose equipment, kit yourself out slightly, at least it gives you something to deal with.
What type of weapon should I have as a warlock?
You're not going to be in a fight at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I would pick what you want, basically. And then once you're done with that, you'll see, press next, and it'll say view character sheet.
Ooh.
What's an arcane focus?
An arcane focus is, so certain spells require a certain amount of items or like gold dust or diamond dust and stuff. I think it's like 1 to 3. With an arcane focus, you don't have to pay the cost of those spells.
Should I be choosing one of those, or do I just, like, the 2 daggers is selected by default? I just go with 2 daggers?
Yeah. You should go 2 daggers. You'll be fine. So what I'll do is, what I'll end up doing is, once you're all rolled up, I will have a look at your character sheets later on, and if I need to change stuff, I'll just kind of like budge a button. And then you go into your character, and then you have all your stats on tops. You have all your saving throws on the left-hand side. Your strength, dexterity. Saving throws are, if I poison you, I'll say give me a con saving throw, and you'll roll con, and you'll see if I've poisoned you and all that sort of stuff.
How are those decided? Because I'm confused by why it gave me one of them.
So it will be your if you see if the ones that you have black dots in,
Yeah.
they are proficiency. So as you go up levels, it will allow you to have proficiency in it. So that'll actually double what that
Okay,
stat is.
that's concerning.
Okay.
It gave the proficiency to my lowest stat, so I'm not sure if I picked
What's the
correctly then.
proficiency then? What's the proficiency?
It gave me it gave me proficiency on strength and dexterity.
That's unusual for a warlock. We'll have a look, man. We'll have a look.
No, I'm a ranger. No warlock.
That's unusual. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's why I'm
we work
confused
out,
as
man.
well.
We work out, man. We work out. So if you go across the top, you have all your stats on top: strength, dexterity, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Okay, across the top. Right next to that, you have your proficiency bonus. So as you gain levels, your proficiency bonus will go up. Makes you a better person. Instead of you just being fucking shit all the way through the game, it'll make you a better person as you go up levels. Next to that is your walking speed. Is how fast you can move from one point to the next in an action. Okay?
Good luck, halfling.
25 foot, man. 25 foot, or whatever it is. Your hit points to the next one is how much damage you can take without you fucking dying. Okay? So, Stormy, being the big boy, what's your hit points?
12.
Okay. So then you have
My,
your... What? Sorry?
yeah,
Yeah.
my hit points are 12.
12? Perfect.
Is that right? I'm not even
Is
sure
that
if
high?
it sounds low.
So what's your constitution?
Constitution is at 0.
You want to be... You want to...
Sorry, showing 10. So it's showing 10 for Constitution, sorry.
Right. Read me out your stats, mate.
Yep, so strength 15, dexterity 15. It rolled 10 for Constitution, 12 for intelligence, 12 for wisdom, and 13 for charisma.
Right, so you want to swap your dexterity and constitution around.
Oh,
So
okay.
So you want
Am I-
constitution, you want dexterity is like whatever it is. And
Yep.
so I would take your charisma and put that into dexterity, put
Yep.
10 into your charisma, and then whatever stat you have left over to go into your constitution.
Am I allowed to just move them around like that?
Yeah,
or?
just go to manage, and then kind of, I think you can go manage and figure it around.
Yeah. that's it.
Manage character and levels. So whatever guy, if you fucked up, just go back and we change it. Dragon, what have you got, buddy?
So this is on the once you get to the character sheet.
Yep.
Bit. Yeah. So it's got the +1 or 2 or whatever.
Yep.
I'm not reading that bit. I'm just reading the number underneath.
Yeah,
it.
just whatever.
Yeah. So strength is 13, dexterity is 12, constitution's 14, intelligence is 13, wisdom's 11, charisma is 18.
No, fuck me. Wow. We're gonna handsome fucking devil. Alright, Dipsy, what have you got, buddy?
Who, sorry? Me?
Yeah, Dipsy.
10 strength, 18 dex, 13 con, 14 intelligence, 17 wisdom, 16 charisma.
Shit. Oh wow. Holy fuck. Sol, what do you got?
I've got 17 strength, 13 dexterity, 15 constitution, 10 intelligence, 19 wisdom, and 9 charisma.
19. How did you get
Wow,
19?
wait.
I got 18.
I rolled an 18.
Because he
Wow.
have an 18 and then it'll be a racial trait on top of that then. Rasta, what you got, buddy?
I got 7 strength, 15 dexterity, 17 constitution, 15 intelligence, 14 wisdom, 18 charisma.
Russ, unplug the webcam and put it back in.
Oh, okay.
Skimmy, what do you got?
Okay, I've got strength is 12, dexterity is 14, constitution is 15, intelligence is 15, wisdom is 13, and charisma is 18.
Nice, that's fucking cool. Stan, what do you got, buddy?
Strength 12, dexterity 20, constitution 13, intelligence 13, wisdom 15, and charisma 13.
Fuck me. Wow. You got some good.
Huge.
You got some fucking really good stats, all of you. All right. So now you will have in front of you, you'll have your skills table. It's the long one that runs down the page, and then so the ones with the black dots in is the ones you are proficient with, and it will add your proficiency as you gain levels in that stat. So it's either a skill that you have because of your class, or it's a skill that you've chosen plus your proficiency. Okay. You will get the rolls and all that sort of stuff will work itself. So then you'll go over to initiative. Initiative is once the fight happens and once you start fighting, I will ask for initiative. You'll roll a d20. You'll roll it, and you'll add wherever that number is in initiative, and that will put you in an order. Dunk, 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 and then you'll go from top to bottom. You take it into armor class. Armor class is what armor you're wearing and how hard you are to hit. If you're a spell user, like a warlock and a sorcerer, your armor class will be down in the dirt because you don't want to be hit. Okay? Defenses and conditions are what you are immune to and all that sort of stuff. Later on in the game, you might be immune to poison. You can't get poison. Sort of stuff. The big box at the bottom is your actions, is how what you hit or what you can do to hit and all that sort of stuff. For the fighters, it'll be your attacks, it'll be your weapon you're using, what other things you can use as you hit things. For the sorcerers and for the people who uses spells, if you click on spells, that's Skimmy, Dragon, and Ruster. If you click on that big box in the front and you click on spells,
I'm not seeing what you're talking about.
So under initiative, you'll have a big box where it says actions, spells, inventory, features and traits, description, notes and extras. It's the biggest box.
I got some technical issues. I'll be back in a
Sorry,
sec.
man. Sorry, all good. So it's the biggest box.
Wait. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Right. Are you on the
I'll just...
Yep. So
Okay. This now has more stuff because I changed how big the browser window is.
Yeah. Okay. So see the box that's on your right hand side. That one. Yeah. So you go to spells. So all the people who uses spells, click on spells, and then on the box next to it, you'll say manage spells. Skibby?
No, if I'm... Oh, I've made the window bigger and now I can see more.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Right, okay. So you got manage spells.
Yeah.
So you'll have 0, which is a cantrip. So 0 is a cantrip, it doesn't cost anything. You're allowed to do a cantrip many times around as you want. So you can do like this one, blah, blah, blah. Level 1 spells is they'll start to get powerfuler. Level 2 spells, more powerfuler. Level 3 spells, blah, blah, blah. So as your warlocks and all that sort of stuff, click on manage spells, pick your spells. Warlocks, your main cantrip is what's the spell? What's the spell? The main warlock cantrip.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Lily.
So as warlocks, Eldritch Blast is your fucking go-to. It's what warlocks use all the time. Alright, so have a look through it. Have just a general gander through. Maybe not today. Have a little gander through, and then obviously once you get yourself used to it and all that sort of stuff, you can have a look through it, and then we can go from there. Get yourself just used to where you're going to go, where your spells are, where your inventory is, and all that sort of stuff. Right, cool. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my picture again. Everything. Sorry if whoever's watching, the stream is going to go fucking funny. Right. As I said, guys, if you can see my screen, if you have a look at my screen, this is Australis. Okay, Australis is a rugged world, obviously based in Australia. I'm playing the game far in the future, and I brought you back to the past. But the left-hand side, this Western Australia, from the top to the bottom, is where the elves reside. See the big tree in the middle? That's where all the high elves are. Mm-hmm. Above there, you have the wood elves and the swamp elves and all that sort of stuff. All the sea elves are on the left-hand side, all down to Perth and all that sort of stuff. In the center, where the big mountains are, that's your dwarves and gnomes and all that sort of stuff. They are housed in that mountain. You do have on the right-hand side, dwarves are called hill dwarves, and they kind of reside outside of a mountain, tucked away in the hills there. If you go further down, the desert. It's all the desert people and all that sort of stuff. It's the divide. It's called the spine of the dragon running through the center of Australia. It stops people just rolling into the elves area. Okay.
Yeah.
Down the bottom, where Melbourne is, it's called Mary's Birth. That's at the bottom of Australia. But then all the right-hand side is all where the humans live, where the Goliaths live. The Goliaths are cold folk. They like to live in mountains and stuff. So you were in that big mountain at the bottom of the world there. Everybody else, whoever's else, the whole game is going to start on that little building by the lake and all that sort of stuff. As I said, Bane is up there, Sydney is down there, and then another place is there, and then there's the divide there. As you can see, there's little dragons up there and all that sort of stuff, and then Tasmania is down. So you will be based here at this point. And as I did the write-up prior, it's a hunting town. So people come from all the other towns that they come in because there's a massive forest there and there's a mountain range there. So people will be coming in for furs and pelts or fishing for the Arctic fishing. But then some people will be coming in for like hunting. So either hunting Goliaths or hunting giants and stuff that kind of resides in these mountains.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What I'll do, I will take a snapshot of this and I will shove it back up in the Discord.
Sweet.
So people think. As you can see, as I do more, I will be adding a lot more detail because you can kind of zoom in on it and stuff like that. So I got like I got ships and stuff, and I got a little windmill in there. And I got ships and.
Nice.
But you don't. There's no other continent as of yet. Nobody knows if there's anything other than where we are at the moment. Okay.
I see some reclusive dragons at the top there.
Yeah, little dragons up in the fucking mountains. There's the dwarf thing, and it's all up in the top of the mountains, and then there's all the elves in the trees and shit like that. All that
Nice.
stuff.
Did you actually make this map? Like you drew this map?
I did make this.
That's fucking awesome.
But it's but I've got another map where I've done something to it, which is on the other game, and it's just all over the place. Right?
Your map's not showing on stream. Oh, it's just your desktop, by the way.
It's only thing. Oh, motherfucker.
No, I could only see the map.
Nice
that's all I can see. Yeah.
That's okay. It's back on our faces.
All right, cool. So, how we play this game, guys? So, there's two aspects to the D&D thing. Role playing is how you act your character. You give your character feelings. You breathe life into your character as such. So he can have traits. If you want him to have a fucking stutter, he has a stutter. But remember, if you're going to give your character a voice, that voice needs to be all the way through with this character
Yes.
until that fucker dies.
Yep.
You can't just do a fucking voice and then get bored with it and it just goes, no, fuck that shit. Keep that voice as long as you can.
That's awesome. Done.
If you want a Scottish accent, go for a Scottish accent. If you want a
I'm
Welsh
gonna have
accent,
trouble then.
but if you want to be just you, if you just want to speak by yourself, that's fine. You just do you. But breathe. So start thinking about what your character wants, what your character needs, what it's feeling. Start giving it life because it'll make you role play a lot easier.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fucking dick about it, cool, be a dick. Skimmy, if you want to be a haughty bitch, be a haughty bitch. Just look down on people. Or if you want to,
naturally.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
like if you want to be this person, if you want to be a dick about it, just be a fucking dick. This is the time in anything in the world that you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. Okay?
Awesome.
But remember, there are consequences to some actions. Alright?
Yep.
Dipsy, if you steal off the wrong person, you're gonna get your fucking hand chopped off. Or you're gonna get killed. Alright? Or you're gonna get chucked in jail. Or you're gonna be hanged. Whatever you want. Warlocks. If your patron asks you to do something, you have to do it. Remember, if your patron tells you to murder someone, sorry man, you're fucking murdering people. Right? But think of how you would get away with the action. I had a character, and the character was in a village that was taken over by a certain mercenary group. I decided because he was lawful to chaotic evil, he shit in all the wells and he gave everybody dysentery. Okay? The problem is, I didn't kill any of the mercenaries, I just killed all the town folks. So, like, there's consequences to your actions, okay? So, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Nobody's gonna fucking judge. Well, trust me, people will judge you if you shit in a well and kill everybody. They will judge you.
Do we know enough to judge you?
But so what I will do, I will lay out. So I'm classed as a GM or a DM or Dungeon Master, however you want to do, and I will explain, as everybody ever seen anybody play D&D, I will explain the situation, and then you can react on that situation. Okay, if you wanna go balls to the wall and just fucking murder people, Stormy, which is pretty much the Goliath's way of fucking doing things, you can do that. No fucking question asked. Remember, people will be fighting back.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So for this time now, I will explain where you are and how you guys got there. And then you can walk away from this game now and decide in your head how your character will react to this thing. You can give me your background stories. You can write up your background stories. Once again, it will give you the way. If you write up a background story, it will give you the way of how you are going to play this character. If you want to be an orphan, cool. If you don't want to give yourself a backstory and you just want to go, I don't want to give myself a backstory, I just want to fucking not have anything, cool. Just, that's you. That's how you want to fucking do it. It's all good. Okay? Right. So, the village you're in, Maiden's Birth. Maiden's Birth, as I said before, it is a hunting village. It's not a village as such, because there's about 500 people living. You are on the cusp of the Arctics, of the snowlands, that during winter come all the way up into Maiden's Birth. But usually, just generally, it's just cold in that area. People tend to come into the summer and go into the mountains to hunt. So they'll be hunting giants and any mountainous folk there. Goliath is pretty much fair game. They don't fare well because obviously they're fucking Goliath. During summer, the forest that's above Maiden's Birth is teeming with different types of animals. Animals and monsters, there is a difference. Animals are just normal animals, bears, wolves, and all sorts of stuff. Monsters can be anything from a hydra or anything constructy, like anything. You can fucking range from anything. So as they go in there, they do go in there large parties, like fucking 5 or 6, and they go in there to basically hunt pelts, because the rarer the animal that they hunt, the more money that these people get. There is, if you have a look when you see the map again, down below there are shipwrecks where people have tried to go between Tasmania and Maiden's Birth, and they have the ships have run aground. The masts on certain parts are sticking out of the ground, and usually during winter that water is frozen all the way up to the shipwrecks. And there's different stories that are running around. There is the story of the windmill in the middle of the lake that's haunted and possibly riches, but everybody whoever's gone there has never come back. Or it's just bullshit and they're just making stuff. But like, you as people, you are adventurers, and you are a breed of you're a different breed. You people are you're not people who just want to stay in one area. You want to look around. So you want to see the world. You want to go to the big city of Sindai, or go to the big city of Bane, or even one day, possibly, not you, Skimmy, because you've already been there, maybe go to the Elven capital. You don't know. You want to go and see the world. You want to see why you want to go and see the world. Games usually tend to go, you're in a bar, you start drinking, you start fighting, you're all mates. Okay? That's how these general games fucking start. But we're going to be a little bit different. Okay. So,
I like that.
So what I'll do is over the period of time, whenever we decide to play next, I will have how you guys are in there. I will have you've come in with a raiding party, or if you come in with a party that's gone to here, and then I will lay the story out from there. Okay, and then I will build the story up, and then you decide, as individuals or as a party, depending on who you know and how you know of these people within this town of 500 people, like I said, and or something can happen, and the whole fucking village can get wiped out. We don't know. So you want to start thinking. You want to start thinking of the background of your character. You want to start thinking of why you think you would be in this town. You want to start thinking of why do you want to go and see the world? What has stopped? What has brought a Goliath down from the mountain ranges into a town where they don't generally go there? Is he looking for medicine for his family, or is he looking to sell some pelts? Is he looking for a person who's murdered his family, which is fucking a fairly common thing? Why is a halfling, Sol? Why is a halfling cleric in the town? Is he running the church, or is she running the church in town? What is a highborn elf from fucking the trees of where you came from in a fairly backwards area on the human side of the world? Dipsy, you're just out to steal, man. you're just here for stealing, pilfering.
Pretty much.
Basically. So you can be possibly like, if you want to, you can be an orphan, or you can be a part of the Thieves Guild. Remember, you're in every town there's a Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Okay? Dragon. What is a dragon? Rusta? You could be mates. You can decide that to yourself. You can be completely different, opposite warlocks. He could be whatever warlock he is, and you could be a completely different warlock, and you could just fucking hate each other off the fucking bat. You may not even know he's a fucking warlock. It's however you want to fucking play the game. Right? And then you just build up on your character. Build up on your character. Decide if he's going to have a trait. Decide if he's going to have a tick. Decide if he's going to have a voice. Okay? And then we'll play. And the next game is you'll be immersed in this game. You'll be thrown into the game, and then you will be role-playing. Okay? Right, we're all happy with how things went. Give me a look confused.
Yeah.
Are we able to go back through and edit our character stuff?
I will, yeah. Just don't. You're obviously not allowed to change your stats. But you can
I'm
change,
talking about like backstory and personality traits and things. Yeah.
but like if you've obviously put your stats in the wrong place, yes, change them.
Just can't change the number.
Just don't change.
You can
the number.
move where they are.
Yeah.
So if you go, I've got a 15 in strength, but I actually want it in dexterity, just swap them. That's fine.
Or to be honest, even if you go, you may not like. So what shit generally happens, or some people like newer players have, they come in and they go, actually, I'm not feeling this character. All you can do is I can go, right, you want to retire him, you can put him off to the side, and then you can bring a new one in, and then you can go through the whole process. Some people just don't feel a character. Well, they'll just pick one because they've seen it somewhere and they've heard about it, but they may not feel the character as such. And then you can go, I don't feel a character. I just want to retire him. I just want to move into the next thing. The problem is, as you go up higher levels, what I tend to do is if you retire a character at a higher level, so anything after 7, your character will come in 1 level below. And it stops people trying to fucking kill characters off. Because I've had a lot of people try and kill characters off because they didn't like the character. And then it just makes a fucking shit game. Then the person can fucking kill himself all the fucking time. Alright. So, bit of a question. Dragon, why did you pick a warlock? Well, tell me the reason behind the warlock.
I kind of wanted to do a tiefling, and I basically looked up what you would generally do with the tiefling, and it said stuff to do with casting spells. So I went, that one.
Fair enough. Very, very fucking cool. Don't need much more. You don't need much more of an explanation on that. Dipsy, rogue, buddy. Why rogue?
I wanted to play a sneaky boy that I've talked to you before about the changeling, but then we switched it, and just sneaky boy that can do some stuff.
So, bit of information. So, warlocks, you want to look up what your things can add to your Eldritch Blast, where you go in. So at level 3 as well, guys, so this is for everybody. At level 3, you can specialize in a path that you want to go. There's 3. There's usually 3. I have a number on mine, and I will allow people to use my books because they're all above board, and then you can kind of specialize into that. Warlocks have got this really cool thing where they can add to their Eldritch Blast, and they can like push people back 15 foot, or fucking make them painful, or they can have like sight where they can just see through everything. Stormy, why, man? Why
Something different to what I would normally pick. I'd normally play video games with the magical side of things, so I thought I might try to break shit this time. So, out of character for myself, but from a personality point of view, I thought, let's give this a shot. And I've got a voice in mind already and a backstory I'm already writing down, so
Nice.
I'm excited, man.
So I would personally... Have you ever seen Vox Mechanica?
I have not.
Watch Vox, man. Vox Mechanica. Grog. That is a Goliath.
Vox Machina?
Vox Machina, even. Fuck me.
Vox Machina? Yeah.
Fucking dumb. Hey.
Critical Role. Look
You're
up
dead.
Critical Role.
No, but like the TV, you can watch the cartoon. Watch the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon's amazing.
Amazing. And
Yeah.
that's it. That is the Goliath. That is the epitome of a Goliath. Alright, Sol. Why a cleric?
Oh no, can I tell you why I chose a halfling instead?
Oh, go. Give me half it. Give me half it.
Because I get to reroll ones, baby!
Oh, lucky.
So halflings have a lucky feat where they can't
Yep.
actually roll a 1. They're not allowed to roll a 1. They just keep rolling. Which
Yeah.
I think is a broken fucking stat.
It's amazing, right? Yeah, and I've never played one before, so
Fuck.
I'm
Right.
usually a Goliath barbarian or a dwarf fighter, so
Yeah.
Oh,
Skimmy. Why a sorcerer? Why an elf? Why an elf? Why an elf sorcerer? Come on.
I went with the high elf sorcerer just because I just wanted to be a royal bitch of a princess.
Alright. I'm good, man. Sounds
this is meant to be fantasy. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, Skimmy, I need you to watch the very first. Oh my god. Tales of Exandria. Is it Tales of Exandria? Exandria Unlimited. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's that?
The first.
Yeah.
Watch
yeah.
the first Exandria Unlimited, and you will find your little princess high elf.
Is that a TV show? What is that?
It's an online D&D game that Critical Role did.
Ah, okay.
Exandria Unlimited.
Yeah. Fuck.
All right.
Very, very cool. Stan.
I wanted to go something with like a sort of nature affinity, so I was tossing up between either a druid or a ranger. I also crossed my mind when we first started that I might do a nature cleric, but then Sol took a cleric, so I didn't want to do that anymore.
You can go whatever you want. You can go whatever you want.
I only
Yeah.
went cleric because nobody else was doing healing, and I was like, we gonna need that shit.
Yeah.
I was literally
So yeah,
in my
basically-
head. I had a changeling rogue, and then Sevs was like, "No changelings," and I was like, "Damn it!"
Oh, changes fuck games, man. Changing
So
just
we had the
fuck
same
games up.
idea.
Changing like I sorry to interrupt you. I had a mate
That's all right.
and his character died through stupidity, and I don't usually kill characters. I don't purposely kill characters, but his character died, and he goes, "Can I go to vampire?" I'm like, what? And he goes, "Can I go werewolf?" I was like, "Fuck no." Can I go to changeling? I'm like, man, you fucking just character died. Like your character died for stupidity. I'm not letting you have this fucking broken class. All right, sorry.
That's
go,
fair.
Go. Sorry, Stan.
Yeah, I was basically short answer is wanted a nature affinity, so that's why I went with the wood elf sort of ranger.
So look up. I would look into Gloomstalker. I think it is, or
Yeah, Gloomstalk.
Gloomstalker's fucking fucked.
Yeah, I was thinking of Gloomstalker or a hunter, but I think I might go Gloomstalker for the stealthy sort of stuff.
I like the way that they've changed. So rangers were just all nature. You were only allowed to go nature. It's just this weird thing. But I like the urban sprawl one, where you'd be like walking through your urban area, where you'd be going through sewers and stuff like that. Like, and then you'd have this fucking pack of rats come past you and follow you, and that's where you fucking.
I was I was this close to thinking of doing a Drow Gloomstalker until you said that whole Drow story earlier.
They've changed it slightly, and they're not such a fucking hated race anymore. But they still have like there's Duergar and all that sort of stuff, and Drow are still pretty much disliked in the world and sort of thing. So it kind of gets a little bit like, oh, I'm walking into a town. Oh yeah, you're getting fucking shot. And that's what I've had games where people go, I'm gonna draw, and I'm like, okay man, if you want to go draw, cool, go for gold, bang in. All right man, you're getting shot. What do you mean? I was like, well, you're a fucking hated person in the fucking. You're one of the most hated people in the fucking world. You're gonna die. Right, Rusto, why another warlock? Why another warlock? Why a warlock is being a new?
Mainly because because obviously the Destiny relation and being a warlock main in Destiny, but apart from that, Baldur's Gate 3, I basically are kind of basing the character a bit around that character I played in there. Really enjoyed it. Figured that'd give me a bit more of an understanding of how that character can work, but maybe I can do things a bit differently in this too. So
that's cool, man. That's very, very fucking cool. And so what I've actually set up as well, guys, is when you do get a big baddie, I'm actually going to bring one of my real life mates who is playing the big boy game as the baddie, and I'm not going to play. I'm just going to give you what you are, and then I'm going to try and get people to come in. And
That's cool.
okay.
Kill you people.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay? I'm not gonna try and get him to kill. I'm not gonna purposely get him to kill you, but like obviously consequences of the actions and all that sort of shit.
Have some faith in us. We'll kill them.
Good. Look, you're a
That's the
big.
plan.
See, the thing is, you're a big group. Like this other group that I play with is 9 people. Usually a group is about 6. So you have to kind of beef up all the fucking monsters and stuff like that. So you are what? Like there's 6 of you, there's 7 of you now, and I think I possibly got another maybe 1 or 2 people. Depends. If people can't make it and stuff like that. I like to have a big group. If people can't make it, we can play.
Yep.
So how level goes up? There's 2 options. We can either go experience points, which I find quite tedious, or milestone. I usually go for milestone, where you hit a point, I'll go, you're level 2, guys. And you put yourself up to level 2.
Nice.
The problem with experience points is if somebody misses a day or misses a night, they lose on those experience, and then you kind of get this possible staggered field of some people you're all the time because they fucking brown noses, and then the experience points fucking start going like that. So you'll get like a level 10 or a level fucking 3, which is a bit of a shit.
Yeah.
So
Smell is real.
yeah, milestones. Yeah, we all good with milestones.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yep.
A.
100%.
Awesome. I'm not that great of like subterfuge on my games and stuff. Like I don't like I'm gonna leave something here and then it'll come out later on. I'm not that great at it. I'm usually pretty much fucking as you see it, but there will be certain stuff in there. If you want to take notes, take notes. The best part about this, I will be recording it and I will be chucking it up on Exhibit A Media as we go through, and it will be put into a podcast as like a loose format podcast. So if you miss something, it'll just go in there. You can listen to it as you see it. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Sweet.
Ask
me.
you a question.
Go.
Absolutely.
You know how you're talking about the cantrips and the spells that we need to add?
Yep.
It says that cantrip 0 out of 4 and then known spells 0 out of 2. So in that spell list, am I meant to choose 6 different things?
Yes.
Yep. You sure are.
So do me a favor. So on that D&D Beyond, okay, if you go up into collections, I think it is on the top left, you want to look for a book called Player's Handbook. Everybody, it's all there. There's the Player's Handbook. There's multiple other things there. Have a look at Player's Handbook, and in them, they have the spells. Also, Skimmy, if you go to the Manage Spell tab and look at a cantrip, there'll be like 10 or 12 of them, I think it is. Click on that cantrip. It will give you it'll explain to you what that cantrip is.
Yeah. I saw that, but can I so it has to be 4 of them, and then the ones that say first?
Yeah.
Can I choose the ones that say first as well?
Yep. So you'll have 4 cantrips and I think 2 level 1s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You'll have
Okay.
multiples. I think you can keep picking them until you have you don't have to just pick 4 and 6. I think they'll give you a number of how many you are. I think it's like you're allowed 8 in your repertoire, but you're only allowed to ever cast at your level 4 like thing. I'll have to look into it.
Okay.
But I'll look into it. So you go.
Player's Handbook was under something else. Just
Sources?
lost it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so I think it's under sources. So if you go to D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
click that, or
Sources, player's handbook. Yeah.
yeah, and then you look into that, and that will give you your more details on your class and on your race. Read it. Have a little gander, read it, and all that sort of stuff. If you want to look at your spells, look into that, and it'll give you the list right at the very back. Is all the list of spells you can do and all that sort of stuff. It's very, very cool. And then once you get a level 3, it gets even fun. Right, beautiful people. Homework.
Yeah.
Look into your characters. Decide where the backstory is. Look to see what you want to do and how you want to progress your character. And then I will look into it as we go. Right.
Sounds good.
Awesome,
Nice.
guys.
Easy.
And so what we'll do, we'll so before I let you all go, school out, what we'll do is we'll decide when we want to play again. Maybe the following week. We got Season Redacted next week. It could be possibly the following Sunday after that. Like once again, we'll get together, we'll just play. And then
Yeah, cool.
we'll decide when we play after that. We won't have anything set in stone. We'll just go, right, we can all get to you the week after. We'll try for every other week.
Perfect.
Easy.
Okay, you beautiful fuckers. Go home, go to bed. Good night.
Take
If
care,
you need me,
guys.
if you
Have a
need
good
me,
one.
if you need
Yeah,
me, give
bye.
me a shout. I'm all up for a conversation. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, boys and girls. Good night.
Bye all.
Bye.
Have a good evening.